Ladies and gentlemen, if you know you from the best varsity out there, I'm going to need you to get off your seats. I'm going to need to see your hands in the sky. This is how we do it, cause this is the only way we know how to do it. UJ, show some love. UJ, make some noise. This is how we do it. We do it.
We do it, UJ. That's the only way. We do it, UJ. Come on, let's play. We do it, UJ. This is how we bounce. We do it, UJ. Sanbonani, UJ. I go by the name of Rain D, your #1 UJ Sheriff, and it's all about Varsity TV, reviving campus culture, engaging with all elements of student life. I'm talking about societies, residences, to name a few. There's so much more, and we'll be there. All 4 campuses: Bunting Road, Kingsway Campus, Soweto, as well as DFC. Now in today's episode, we're bringing you part 3 of the 2014 official opening function and Power Speak presented to you by ABSIP. We got to engage with the president of ABSIP, Umami Triforsa Ramano, as well as some executive student members who are part of the ABSIP society here in UJ. So let's not waste any more time. UJ! All the way! We're making it rain, we're making it snow. Yeah, that's how we roll. APK, APB, we on top of y'all. We on top, better than the rest. We're to the best, yeah, we are the best. And this is how we do it, UJ. That's the only way. We do it, UJ. Come on, let's play. We do it, UJ. This is how we bounce. We do it, UJ. Listen to how it sounds. We do it, UJ. Yeah, we are the best. We do it, UJ. We always beat the rest. We do it, UJ. Early we have a ball. We do it, UJ. When we go very strong. We do it, UJ, from the left to the right, man. Don't try to battle, cause we already won the fight. We shake it, yeah, we shake it there, we shake it everywhere. If you're from UJ, put your hands in the air. Let me tell you this, and it's a fact, yeah, it's a place to be. The hardest hunks, beautiful girls, man, you wanna see. Academic, sports, culture, oh, we #1. Marty Stux in MMU, we be out for fun.
I'm the president of ABSIP.
President of ABSIP. Now today, what was today's event about? What was the purpose of today's event? Have we achieved the objectives? You know, what, in simple terms, why did ABSIP organize this?
I think if you have to look into ABSIP vision is to be the lead custodian of professional interest and also businesses in the financial services sector. So what happened in that is that we have to make sure that we look in terms of how do we make this profession to be relevant in the sector, and how do we influence the positions of where the sector is going. As a result of that, we have a number of programs, and in a number of programs we say we need to start engaging with the young people. We have developed what we call Vision 2020, and in that Vision 2020 it's got 5 pillars. The first pillar is to today's section is part of dealing with that first pillar of youth development, whereby people like Mr. Mantashe, the SG of the African National Congress, they develop the policies at the ANC at their policy conference, which they do 2 years before they do the elections. So what they do in policy conference, they debate and say, these are the policies that we have put, this is what it has worked, these are the ones that we are intending to put to change and shape the next country that doesn't invest in its young people. Normally, if you look at the UK, they never invested in the health system in terms of its people to become nurses and all of that. They're importing all the nurses. That is why South African nurses, they go to the UK, they earn the pounds, but it's simply because their system never invested in them. So our country invested in them, but it's not also repeat the benefits. So you need to create mobile society and mobile professionals so that tomorrow you can be able to be proud of in the So that's what ABSIP.
Wow, I totally have a full understanding, and I'm sure the people back at home will have a clearer mindset or understanding of what ABSIP is all about. Now, Mami, just heading towards the end, it's very important that I do ask you this, because, I think for the youth as well who don't get the opportunity to voice out, because we always focus on the institutions of higher learning, whereas the majority of the youth is back there, where it's a tough situation, it's those social conditions that we face. Now, how does ABSIP, absorb those potentially filled young individuals and actually take them out from, wherever they are? Besides just the educational factors, there are other people gifted in different ways, who can actually play a role on the economy. How do you cultivate the potentially filled young individuals and absorb them and put them into your pillars like youth development and as you stated on?
Our processes and system works like this. It's like a merry-go-round.
Yes.
I hold your hand, you hold somebody's hands, they hold somebody's hand. So what we say is that in a work environment, in our businesses, we say we are focusing on the youth. Then we work with student chapters.
Yes.
And then we say to the student chapters, you know which school you go to.
Yes.
You know where your sister goes to school or your cousin or whatever. Go and give back
Community
to those
engagement.
communities. So keep watching Varsity TV. It's a program that will enlighten you and be able to reach to the heights that you'll never have reached all by yourself.
Solid.
This is how we bounce, we do it UJ. Listen to how it sounds, we do it UJ. Yeah, we are the best, we do it UJ. We always beat the rest, we do it UJ. Early we have a ball, we do it UJ. When we come very strong, we do it UJ from the left to the right, man. Don't try to battle, cause we already won the fight. We shake it, yeah, we shake it there, we shake it everywhere.
My name is Nili TVC, and I'm the secretary of the UJ student chapter. Yes.
So ABSIP.
Okay, basically ABSIP, in my opinion, it's an association of Black security and investment professionals, and basically, in my opinion, ABSIP is basically a platform that brings opportunities to us, and to us I mean the students, and that is where we as students tap in and make ourselves different and not remain ordinary, but use that platform which is given to us to become extraordinary, to tap into the industry and succeed and move into the direction.
What is ABSIP doing, to encourage students to actually literally come and take part, like you guys, because there's a difference between you who's taking action and the student that comes to lectures and goes home. So what is ABSIP doing to try and absorb those that are not taking part on campus, not trying to empower themselves, What are you guys doing to broaden that?
Okay, basically what I can say, number one, ABSIP, like I said, brings opportunity. We cannot force someone to do something. And basically ABSIP wants quality, not quantity.
Yes.
So obviously we give the opportunity to all students like we're giving, and now this is where that ordinary individual now becomes hungry and wants to be extraordinary and says, okay, now I want to tap into this thing, I don't want to remain the same, and takes part in engaging in all the activities that are brought to us. That's basically my opinion, because I cannot now say I'm forcing you, because how students are, they want to be forced to do anything. They believe that they're cool, which is only going to remain relevant until it gets old.
True.
And I mean, if you're going to be cool but you don't have money, that's not going to happen. Yeah, so
you know what my sister actually just touched on now, guys, especially if you're watching, she touched on something very important, the willingness to do something. No one can force you to do something, but you have to have the passion. You must want to see yourself prospering, and I think she's touched on it quite well, and I believe it's very significant. Solid!
Ladies and gentlemen, if you know you from the best varsity out there, I'm going to need you to get off your seats. I'm going to need to see your hands in the sky. This is how we do it.
Explaining your views, please introduce yourself to the UJ students that are gonna see this and watch this on Varsity TV. Tell them who you are and what this is about.
I'm Max Malinga, chairperson of ABSIP, UJ. For those who don't know, the ABSIP is the Association of Black Securities and Investment Professionals. What we do is we're a transformation organization. We lobby and advocate for transformation in the financial services sector. But you can't look at the financial services sector in isolation. Once you transform that sector, you need to transform the entire economy.
Yes.
So that is why now we've expanded our mandate to actually include transformation of the entire ABSIP at UJ. We have various programs because at national level, what we do as student chapters needs to be in sync, but it cannot be the same thing. We need to cater for students. We give a lot of work exposure. We give a lot of platforms for entrepreneurship, mentorship. So basically, ABSIP is, if not one of the best student societies on campus. Right now, we are the reigning best academic society on campus. For 2013. So I think that just speaks testament to the good that ABSIP does, and people on campus.
Solid! Man.
We making it rain, we making it snow, yeah, that's how we roll. APK, APB, we on top of y'all. We on top, better than
A huge and well-deserving round of applause goes to all the ABSIP student leaders that were responsible for organizing such an amazing, significant, powerful event. So if you're a student and you want to know more about ABSIP and how to join and become a member of the student society, to do is follow them on @ABSIP_UJ, and man, you'll get all the information that you need on how to join and become a member, so that ultimately you can get empowered and network with all these amazing, influential people. But nonetheless, don't forget who we are. It's all about Varsity TV, reviving campus culture, bringing you all elements that affect students, as well as all those influential students that are doing something amazing. Student societies, residences, sports, community engagement. We will, as I said, I go by the name of Ren D, your #1 UJ Sheriff. And there's only one way I can close it, and that's by saying UJ all the way.